So why does it work? Well, I alluded to earlier, there's a large surface area. I'm going to send around these two things, okay? This is a lateral lumbar interbody cage, okay? This is the cage that goes in between the bones to provide fusion. So the bone grows in and onto this surface, the 3D printed titanium cage, and it goes through the hole, okay? That's how big, that's how much surface area is going to be contacting between those two bones to provide distraction and provide fusion. Compare that to a XLIF cage here, and you can tell just the difference, right? And so that's why, you know, when we look back to things, I say size definitely matters, right? And especially here. So here we're talking a lateral cage sitting right there versus a XLIF cage sitting in between the bones, similar to that. There's a substantial difference between these two cages. And the more surface area, the more power you have, the more opportunity you have to affect change and ultimately lead to a successful outcome. So that's a big selling point. And then the last thing is, because we have those big cages and because we're able to provide distraction through the disc space, as I told you before, we lead to indirect decompression. So here's just a diagram. You look at the patient before, where you have collapse of the disc, extrusion of the disc, infolding of the ligamentum here, and you compare that to after you put a cage in and you extract those bones open. What happens is you pull back the disc and then you straighten out the ligamentum in the back. And so indirect decompression, where I never directly utilize a kerrison or something to remove the thickening or the ligament, is a really powerful tool with the lateral. This is a study pre-op, post-op. So pre-op here, post-op here, where they looked at the amount of canal space, and you can see that they're both substantially increased, whether that's centrally in the canal or through the foramen where the nerve is trying to leave. Just after indirect decompression, no actual kerrison work.